Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm sharing this because I've been studying semen retention deeply, going through books and research, and I want to pass on what I've learned to help you on your journey. A lot of people are curious if it's really possible to practice semen retention while still having sex. Many think the only option is to completely abstain, but that's not the whole story. The truth is, with the right awareness, techniques, and discipline, you can experience intimacy, deepen your bond with your partner, and still protect your vital energy. What I'm about to share comes straight from timeless teachings, and it has the power to change how you look at sex, intimacy, and energy forever. The first thing to understand is that semen retention is not just about holding back for the sake of it. It's about mastering your own body and mind. In the beginning, especially during the first 90 days, the ideal path is abstinence. That 90-day reset gives your brain the time to recover from overindulgence. It breaks the cycle of cravings, and it rebuilds your willpower. You start to reprogram your nervous system and train yourself to stop relying on instant gratification. But after that reset period, many men in relationships naturally want to return to intimacy, and that's when these advanced methods become useful. The wisdom from ancient traditions is clear. The goal is not to eliminate pleasure, but to avoid overindulgence and to harness your energy wisely. So how do you actually do that? It begins with the most basic but powerful foundation, which is muscle control. To control ejaculation, you have to strengthen your pelvic floor muscles. These are also called the Kegel muscles. The simplest way to find them is to stop your urine midstream or notice the muscles you use to hold in gas. Once you've identified them, you can start training. Just contract and release them in sets of 10 several times a day. You can do it standing, sitting, walking, or lying down. It doesn't matter. The key is that only those muscles work. Your thighs, abs, and butt stay relaxed, and you keep breathing normally. Over time, this builds powerful control. Think of it like training any other muscle. If you lift weights consistently, your biceps grow. If you contract your pelvic floor consistently, your control grows. Now, once you've built some strength in those muscles, the next step is learning how to use them during sex. The real challenge comes when arousal builds and you're on the edge of orgasm. Most men tense up their entire body when that moment arrives. The jaw locks, the legs tighten, the pelvis stiffens. What you want to do instead is the exact opposite. Relax, breathe deeply, keep your jaw loose. Let your pelvis sink. If you feel yourself approaching the point of no return, stop all movement, breathe deeply, and squeeze those pelvic floor muscles the way you do during Kegel exercises. If you do this correctly, you can stop ejaculation, redirect the sensation through your body, and experience what's called a dry orgasm. The pleasure is still there, sometimes even more intense, but the semen stays inside, preserving your energy. There are also other techniques men sometimes use, like pressing the area between the scrotum and anus to force the semen into the bladder, known as retrograde ejaculation. But that isn't ideal, because the goal is not just to block release, it's to learn how to circulate that sexual energy. What you really want is mastery, not just a trick. And that mastery comes from blending your breathing, your muscle control, and your awareness. Now, this leads us into the deeper side of semen retention, which is Tantra. Tantra comes from an ancient Sanskrit word meaning to weave energy. It's about blending the physical and the spiritual, the sexual and the meditative, in a way that creates a profound connection. Tantra is not about racing toward climax, it's about slowing down, being fully present, and making intimacy into a spiritual experience. Imagine sitting with your partner, looking deeply into their eyes, breathing together, and feeling like your souls are connecting. That's Tantra. It's not just sex, it's a weaving of energy between two beings. To practice Tantra, you first prepare your mind. This is not casual sex, this is a spiritual practice. You want your mind clear and your body relaxed. Meditation helps. Sit quietly, breathe deeply into your belly and lower back, and let your thoughts settle. Spend 10 or 15 minutes doing this before intimacy. Stretching also helps. Gently move your body, loosen your muscles, and release tension. You can even keep a journal, writing down the thoughts that weigh you down, the doubts and old wounds, and then consciously replacing them with affirmations. If your mind is clouded by negativity, your energy won't flow freely, so clearing that mental space is part of preparing for tantric practice. Then you prepare your environment. Think about it this way. If your room feels rushed, cold, or harsh, your energy will feel the same. Tantra is about the journey, so create an environment that feels soft and inviting. Adjust the temperature so it's comfortable. Light candles or use warm lamps. Add a subtle fragrance like essential oils or incense. Play gentle music in the background. Use satin sheets, plush cushions, or soft blankets so the physical space mirrors the softness of the experience. All these small details send a message to your mind and body. This is not rushed. This is sacred. When you begin with your partner, don't jump straight into sex. Build the moment slowly. Sit facing each other. Breathe together. Look into each other's eyes. Let gratitude rise up inside you. After several minutes, start touching gently. Massage each other's arms, legs, and shoulders. After more time, start kissing. Let every stage unfold slowly. The slower you go, the deeper the energy builds. When sex finally does happen, keep that slowness. Experiment with positions, with touch, with rhythm, but stay present. Focus on your breathing, your partner's eyes, the feel of their skin. When orgasm approaches, use your breathing and muscle control to stop before climax. Let the wave pass, then slowly build again. This cycle of building and relaxing creates waves of pleasure that can last for hours, and in those waves, you discover a completely new dimension of intimacy. Remember, being naked is optional. Sometimes you may start fully clothed, slowly removing layers one by one, which itself becomes part of the sensuality. The point is presence. Use all your senses. Feel the softness, listen to the music, look into each other's eyes, smell the fragrance in the air, taste the kiss. This is what makes Tantra powerful. But Tantra is not the only path. There's also something called the Karezza technique. Karezza comes from the Italian word meaning caress. This method is perfect for men who find orgasm control difficult or who want to avoid orgasm completely. In Karezza, the focus is not orgasm at all. Instead, it's closeness, tenderness, and bonding. You and your partner caress, cuddle, gaze into each other's eyes, even engage in penetration if you choose, but without the goal of orgasm. The mindset is love, not lust. Karezza works best with a trusted partner, not a casual encounter. You discuss it openly beforehand, set boundaries, and agree on how you'll handle it if one of you feels too close to climax. Instead of traditional foreplay, which builds sexual tension, you replace it with gentle touching, holding, and affectionate caressing. The goal is to rewire your sexual habits away from a race to orgasm and toward deep intimacy. You move slowly, sometimes even staying completely still. You may even fall asleep in each other's arms during the experience, and that's completely okay. This type of lovemaking relaxes the nervous system, builds trust, and reignites the honeymoon feeling in relationships. When practicing Karezza, certain positions are more helpful. Avoid deep penetration or positions like missionary that trigger the instinct to thrust quickly. Instead, try side-by-side positions or have your partner on top moving slowly. The point is to stay relaxed, open, and present without falling into old patterns. And here's the beautiful part. The benefits build over time. At first, it may feel unusual, but after a few weeks, you and your partner will notice a deeper bond, more affection, and a sense of lighthearted energy between you. Both Tantra and Karezza are about transforming sex from a physical release into a spiritual experience. Both help you avoid unnecessary ejaculation while still enjoying intimacy. Both allow you to preserve your energy while strengthening your connection with your partner. And both remind us that sex is not just about pleasure, it's about union, love, and growth. So remember this, semen retention is not about denial, it's about mastery.